Hi guys, so I decided I'm gonna make a video speaking about my anxiety because I often get asked what it is and what I feel and what I do to prevent it. So my little sister is going to ask me some questions and hopefully this can help somebody. If not, then disregard. Go ahead.
What is anxiety?
So according to Google, anxiety is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. And that's exactly it.
Okay, what happens to you during an anxiety attack?
So, for everybody it's different, but for me, my heart starts beating really fast. I get really nauseous. I start having some scary thoughts. And the thing is, I don't have scary thoughts like as in I'm suicidal. I start having like, oh, what if the world ends? Or what if like I start thinking about aliens? I start thinking about just dumb stuff that you don't typically think about, you know? I get a feeling of like I can just be sitting there and I'll look down at my body parts and I feel like I'm detaching from my body. Like I'll look at my arms and like I know this sounds crazy, but I'll literally start tapping really hard because I feel like I'm going numb and that they're just detaching. But for me, the biggest one is nauseous. I get really nauseous. Like I feel like I'm floating and I have to throw up. And for the most part, when I do have an anxiety attack, I end up throwing up and it helps me feel better. And the reason why I believe that I throw up is because while you're having an anxiety attack, you build up a lot of acid in your stomach. So a doctor told me. And every time that I throw up after an anxiety attack, I feel like obviously all those acids are released. And that's what helps me the most, like while I have an anxiety attack after.
How long does it last?
Sometimes it just depends. Like there will be days where I have anxiety all day long, like, but it's the controllable kind. Like it's not an attack, like it's just like all day long I'll be feeling like my body feels really like light. And I don't know about you guys or if anybody else suffers from anxiety watching this, hopefully not, but I start feeling like I'm forgetting things. And then that's what freaks me out and it makes me anxious. So I'll just be like chilling at work and all of a sudden like I'll forget a song or I'll forget like what I did yesterday and my body freaks out. So like I have those constant like just moments where I start forgetting stuff and then it makes me anxious. I don't know if it has to do with my anxiety or I'm just going bonkers, but that normally can last all day long. But an actual anxiety attack lasts me maybe like 5 to 10 minutes until I end up throwing up, which always makes me feel better after. And it drains the shit out of me. So right after an anxiety attack, Andres knows like homegirl's gotta sleep. Okay. What's the next one?
What helps you while you're having an attack?
Throwing up normally is always what ends up making me feel a lot better, is throwing up. But Andres is, I mean, if I have him, like I don't care what I'm going through, I don't care how bad my anxiety attack is, like if my boo-boo is standing right outside of the bathroom while I'm throwing up, like that alone makes me feel 10 times better. But without having him here, what helps me is being around my loved ones. So I don't have a lot of people, or I do have family here, but I'm not as close. But I do have like 2 or 3 family members in Vegas that I go to whenever I'm starting to feel anxious. So being around those people that are like my safe spot, that really helps me. What was the question again? I'm so sorry.
What helps you while you're having an attack?
Wow. Okay, so I have to retract that because while I'm having anxiety, Andres and throwing up is what really helps me. But there's a difference between what helps me while I'm having anxiety, because once you're feeling it, like once you're having an anxiety attack, there isn't anything that you can do to stop it. And that's what a lot of my friends don't really know. So while I'm having an attack, you just kind of have to let it take its course. I even watched this video once on YouTube. The way that even you position your body can help release an anxiety attack faster. So like laying down, for example, is probably one of the best ways to, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to rid it, because you're letting your whole body loose. So when you're letting your whole body loose, you don't really have like, you're not needing to make more energy than what you need to. So whenever I'm feeling like hella anxious, I just lay down, and that way I can just like let it go, you know, like just let my whole body go. That way it's not feeling more tense than it is already. But the difference, or versus what helps me prevent an anxiety attack, is different, because what helps me prevent them, and the thing that's also tricky about my anxiety is that there isn't really anything that triggers it. So sometimes I'll be chilling, like watching a movie with Andres, and all of a sudden like I feel it creeping in my body, like my legs will start getting tingly, and like that's when I'll start getting lightheaded, that's when I'll start getting nauseous. So I can just be literally doing nothing, not worried about anything at all, and all of a sudden I'll start feeling it. Anyways, what helps me prevent it sometimes, food has a lot to do with it. So what I noticed is that sugar and a lot of carbs is what triggers my anxiety. So if you might want to, even if it doesn't, it's not that, but you don't lose anything by maybe cutting down a little bit of your sugar intake or your carbs, like cuando como mucha tortilla, like your girl feel that right away. But my fat ass loves to eat a shit ton of carbs. So anyways, those two foods are the ones that trigger it the most for me. Breathing exercises is what really helps as well. So even like while I'm on my phone or even at work, I'll catch myself just shallowly breathing. So I'll start breathing really hard through my stomach, not through my chest, through my stomach. In fact, I think that everybody should look up on YouTube how to breathe through your stomach, because it's 10 times more efficient than breathing through your chest. It opens up your diaphragm, and the oxygen just goes straight to your brain, which is where we're lacking oxygen as anxious people, because the front of your brain isn't getting enough oxygen from the back of your brain, and because while you're anxious, you're not breathing good, and that's what a lot of times triggers anxiety. Meditation is what absolutely saved my life. Like, if there's one thing that helped me not go from waking up, going to work, going home, and going to sleep every single day for like 6 months, it was meditation. I kid you not, I used to not be able to go into a store. I used to not be able to even drive. Like, I was just like, let's go to work, let's go home and sleep, and that was it. But meditation really changed my life. Michael Sealy, if you can YouTube him, he is the most amazing guided meditation voice in this world. Listening to jazz music helps me a lot. Writing, I love to write. Reading, my favorite right now is Buddha in Your Mirror. This book, oh my gosh, I kid you not, it will change your life. So you should get that one. And my boo-boo likes this one. It's called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. That's also such a good book. And come here, Karina.
No.
Get. Oh, okay. Anyways, that's my roommate, Karina.
Are you serious?
She helps me a lot with my anxiety because her crazy ass cracks me up. Come here.
What are you doing?
I'm making a YouTube video about anxiety. Come here.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll go on with my list. Being comfy. Girl, sweats and big shirts is my thing. I can't stand once you get home, you gotta throw that bra off and get comfy clothes and just watch some TV. That helps too. Don't be stressed about the next day at work. Try not to bring your work problems home, because that shit will eat you up. Anyways, minding my own business is a big one that helps me too, because I learned that I used to care about what people said about me, but that's none of my business. So I stick to my own thing, and I don't even worry about what people have to say about me anymore, because that shit will eat you up as well. But crystals. Crystals help me a lot while I'm meditating. I don't know where you buy them at a crystal shop. I go to like a bunch of what are they called? Shops where they sell things like this, like a lot of what's the word? Holistic stuff. So crystals, I like to meditate. Whenever I'm meditating, I lay down and I like to put them on my heart and my stomach and my 7 chakras. An oil diffuser will help you a lot. You can buy them at any Walmart, Target, wherever. I like to diffuse lavender at night, and then like a citrus one in the morning to get to give you energy. And then also Dr. Blake, shout out to Dr. Blake that got this for me for Christmas. It's just a spray for your pillow, which has lavender and different kinds of essential oils. This one's eucalyptus and spearmint, and it helps you sleep. What else helps me? I'm kind of blank right now, I'm sorry. But I don't know. If anybody has any questions, you can always send me a message. I feel you. I'm a very empath, so I feel your guys' pain. So if anybody reaches out to me, I, with an open heart, will reach out to you, and I will try to help you as much as I can, because I know this shit is not fun. And sometimes we get judged because people think that we are antisocial or crazy. But we're not. We're not crazy people. We just live life differently, and it's not something that we don't seek attention from it. And if somebody does give us attention because of anxiety, most of the time we don't even want it, or we feel embarrassed about it. So for the most part, like when someone does suffer from anxiety, like you won't really hear them tell you unless you get bashed for it. Does that make sense? Like, I don't really tell people like, oh yeah, that's not the first thing I tell people is I suffer from anxiety. The only reason why people would know is because I canceled plans with them, or because I suddenly walked out from dinner or whatever, like, and that's when I have to tell them, you know what, I'm sorry, like, it's just I was feeling really anxious and I had to leave. And for the most part, like, we're not out there putting it. But like I said, if anybody watching this has anxiety, like, just don't even hesitate to reach out to me. Like, this is obviously my first video, so I'm sure I missed a lot of things and I apologize, but I at least wanted to put it out there and let people know that I'm here for you and you're not crazy. Anxiety is real, and like my roommate and I were talking about was that it's not fair that you're allowed to call in sick whenever you aren't feeling good because you have a stomach ache, but you're not allowed to call in sick whenever you're feeling anxious because you don't believe what you can't see. And that's really important to know, because it brings awareness. And the more aware of, like, that, even though you can't see, you can't like, well, yeah, with me you can physically see it because Andres or whoever will literally see me throwing up, but I'm feeling anxious every single day. And I may not have anxiety attacks, but if you guys knew, like, the thoughts that run through my head, like, that shit is real, you know? And so the more aware you are that not just because somebody isn't having physical symptoms, it doesn't mean that they're not having mental symptoms. So just keep an open heart and an open mind for people that do suffer from anxiety, because just like hypertension and diabetes, like this is also something that's very real. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're still watching, I love you and thanks for watching this. But I will be posting hopefully another video soon. If anybody has anything else that they want me to talk about with mental health, and I am more than open to talking about it. But for now, I am just going to listen to some Boyz II Men, of course, and eat some ice cream with my baby sister. Girl, look at me when I'm talking to you. And this is exactly what I didn't want. Like, I wanted to have a conversation with her, but now I'm sitting here looking at a goddamn camera. Anyways, bye guys.